Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paul Perdue, and I am a nerd, and you are here for the February 2017 Worldox Virtual User Group meeting, where today we are discussing linking to stuff from outside Worldox. Mary Jo is going to talk about copying locations of files to the clipboard, and then we're going to show an application where we've built a field into a calendar record in Practice Master so we can link back. So we can instantly open that document. And I'm going to talk about how to instantly link to documents in Worldox. I'm going to take it one step further. Mary Jo is going to show you how to link to a single document. I'm going to show you how to link to a group of documents. Enough about that. Let me press some magic buttons here, all of them in exactly the right order, so that we will get out of here and get to a point where Mary Jo can talk about Worldox and pointing to a document from outside.
Okay. So sometimes we just want that little copy of a link, either put into Practice Master or put somewhere so we can just click on it and get into that document right away. We don't have to go, want to go searching through Worldox. We just want to have that quick access to that document. I think in the example Paul and I were talking about when we're preparing this, we have a firm that when the attorney is getting ready to go to court, he will see that court hearing on his calendar, and right within that calendar record is a little file link so that we can go ahead and paste this link in like I'm going to show you, and he can click on it and see that pleading or whatever it is that goes along with that hearing that he has to be in court for. So he's got access right there in the calendar to go get that document. He doesn't have to go look around for it. And Paul, you're going to remind me, in Practice Master, did we set up a field? Do we have one in the client in the calendar file too? So okay. So to get the link of where the document is, if you just pick any document and right-click on it, we are going to copy the location to the clipboard. Now, if you don't see this on your list of items here to choose from, because maybe you haven't accessed this before, you can hit the little More button, and it may be out here on this list here. And then once you click on it, it'll show up on your most recently used lists out here, and then you can just click on it then. So I've highlighted this please check flights over here email that Paul had, and I'm going to go ahead and get to my copy the location to clipboard, click on that, and now I've got a copy of it, and go back out into Practice Master to a calendar file. And is it in hours, Paul, or live? Okay, I just want to make sure. I was like, sometimes we set things up in sample data, and we've got it in other places. I want to make sure which calendar file are we putting this in.
That's where it goes.
So here we have this little field, and I'm going to just right-click and paste it in. And now I've got a link to that email message right within this new calendar record that I'm creating. Now I go to put that into an existing calendar record. It doesn't matter. I have this field that I've added into Practice Master that is a file field that now when I save this, I can click right on this little link and it will take me in to that document right from Practice Master in this particular place. So it makes it super easy to just access documents. These could be on different screens, so think outside the box. This was one example that we had here with the calendar file that we have a file field in there. But you also could have this out on your client file. You could have this out on a journal, whatever. You could have these in different places on any kinds of a place you can put fields. We can add those links.
We have several of them in our client file.
I think we probably do.
One that points to the fee agreement, for instance. So we go straight to the client, and instead of looking through Worldox for the fee agreement,
we've got like a little link right here, and we can click on that and go right to the fee agreement so we can see that it's been returned and signed.
Right.
Absolutely. So you can think of this in all sorts of ways. Any kind of a screen here, you can put a field. It's just a file field. You would copy the link from Worldox, paste it in, and you've got that instant click right there.
Well, Mary Jo, I think you have a question. Patty, what's the question?
Let's try that again. Will that work in the Outlook calendar?
No, because that field does not exist in the Outlook calendar. You could perhaps paste that link in a comment field like this in the email or in the calendar.
Let me see if I paste it into this link or into this field. You wouldn't have...
You couldn't click on it from here.
Right.
But this would go through Outlook. And Outlook, but in Outlook you're not hooked into Worldox. I think they're thinking of using it in the smartphone. No, it wouldn't. It'd have to be a field that's specifically designed to hold a couple things you need to think through here. One is the field specifically designed to hold that sort of a link, like the one that we showed in the calendar file. So if we go to a calendar record, you'll notice that this field that we add is specifically a file field, and so it's designed that when you click on this little button, it'll open up the file contents.
And it creates that little link.
It creates a little link as well.
Yeah, I mean, you see when I paste this, it's got the path of the document, but then it also creates the little link that I click on, or this little folder that I click on to actually get out to that document.
Right. And I don't know if the caller was asking specifically about this because they thought it'd be cool to have it in the attorney's phone. But you got to think there that phone doesn't have access to this drive on your network. So this works in Practice Master because when you're in Practice Master, you're on your computer, on your network, and so this is a valid path. But that would not work out, in the field with your phone because your phone does not have access to that same path. So I think we've answered that doubly no, but good question. Good question.
Okay, Paul.
Paul?
Yeah.
A couple more questions. She would also like to know, she can copy and paste the PDF in the comments section, but she's trying to save a step, I think, between Worldox and Outlook.
Yeah. I think she may be confusing. Say that again about copying and pasting the PDF in the comments section.
Yep, but she's trying to save a step.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she's asking. I think she may be confusing something else. Whoever this is, if you'll email me offline at Paul, I'll give you the short one, Paul@Paul Purdue, like the school, not the chicken, Paul@paulpurdue.com. And I'll be sure to get that answered because I think we may be talking apples to oranges here. And was there something else, Patty?
Yes, Scott would like to know, how do you add the field to the calendar entry?
Well, that's a good question. It's really part of file maintenance. It may or may not be something that you have access to. I think probably something Scott has access to because I think I know who Scott is. And so if we have to be out of everything. So you want to, and everybody has to be out of Practice Master in order for this to work. And everything has to be closed. And we go into maintenance, file maintenance. We back up, of course. We're not going to do that. And then we're going into calendar. And we're clicking on field. And this is where I added it. If you scroll down, we're going to see that I spelled related wrong. But that's what you do. You'd add a field, give it a name, and then choose a field type of file. And so basically what you're doing is you're adding the field to, and so let's change that name, Mary Jo, to, let's spell related correctly this time, related
Let
dot.
me get out of this one then. Let's get rid of that here.
Well, no, I was going to take the field because that one's already added. Go ahead, add your field. Let me take control.
He couldn't take it.
I couldn't
he couldn't stand it anymore.
Come on.
Just, yeah, you got to highlight it. There you go. Let me take control. No.
Let me take control. So we're going to add this related doc field with it spelled correctly, and we're going to make sure it's a file type. A little outside the scope, but we'll get into this just for Scott. And so then it's going to go ahead and create that field, but it won't show the field on the screen until we add it to the record. So we have to actually go into the client file, or the calendar file. Or we could do it in the client file.
Well, because we added this to the calendar file, so that field is in the calendar file.
Thank you, Mary Jo. That's why I keep her around. No other reason, just that.
It's good to be needed.
It's good to be needed. And so we're going to add that field because you'll notice it's not there. It is. This is the other one. And we'll scroll down and we'll see that this one that we just added is not, but now it is. And I'm not going to get too fancy with moving it around and making it pretty. But then when I save this, I now have two fields because I added the first one and then I showed how I did it when I added the second one. And now any calendar record that we go into will have this related doc field down here. And so that's how you get that in there. And it could be in a journal file, it could be in a note file, it could be in the calendar file, the client file,
the fee file,
it could be just about anywhere. The cost file,
the people file,
if you want to attach the memo to the cost, it's at least one step toward getting reimbursed if you're doing insurance defense and you need to attach that memo. It's not going to attach it to the bill. We won't go there. That's something different. But that's how you do that. Now, any more questions, Patty?
No more questions.
Okay. Now imagine that instead of one document, because Mary Jo showed us this one document being saved, and that's cool. And so now, if we were to save this, or even now, if we click on it, it'll just open up that document right away. And what if we had 2 or more documents that needed to be attached here? What's the trick? In Worldox, we create a project first. Now, I'm going to show you the easy way to work with projects. It's called Workspaces. And I'm going to refer you, I believe, back to the January 2017 Worldox Virtual User Group meeting where Mary Jo talked specifically about workspaces and how to set them up. So we're going to assume that there's a certain level of understanding about workspaces that you can get by just referring back to that other virtual user group meeting, I believe from January of 2017. So I'm going to create one for me, and I'm going to call it, I don't know, let's call it, I'm right-clicking on my workspaces and saying create project, and I'm going to call it ADA Larson matter. So these are the Larson deposition, okay? So I need a couple documents for this deposition that I'm going to put on my calendar. I need this one, and I need this one, and I need this one, and I need this one. And I'm going to move all those into this matter, this project. Yep, I'm going to move the 4 that are checked, and it is done. Oh no, I must have done something weird. Thank you, Mary Jo. Where's my ADA one? There we go. It's another one of the reasons that I keep Mary Jo around. One of the many reasons. Okay. Files, relate. Why is it relating them, Mary Jo? Okay. So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to clear all. I'm going to untag all. I'm just going to move a couple in real quick. I'm going to take this one and drop it in there. I'm going to take this one and drop it in there. I want to take this one in there. And so now if we look at this project, it's right there. We click on it, we see all 3 documents. I can add documents to this project, and that link will still take me to the added documents. Okay, the link is going to be to this project. How do I find the link to this project? You look where the project is stored, and if you go back and look at the January 2017 Worldox Virtual User Group meeting, you'll find that they're stored, at least the way we've set them up, in your user file. So you go to Direct Access, Users, we're going to go to Paul Purdue, and there will be an ADA Larson depot project. We create the link to that. So we copy the project's location to clipboard. We paste it into the calendar item. Okay, you'll notice it has a WDL extension. That's Worldox Linking or Worldox Library. I like linking better, so that's what we're going to call it. And now when we click this, it opens up Worldox and takes me to that list of 3 documents that are in that project. Even though I've already pasted this in here, and I'm going to save this, I'm going to put it on the calendar for today, which it thinks is 11/17/14. I'm going to call it a deposition of Paul Purdue. I'm going to say it starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 12 p.m. No reminder. And so 11/17/14. Oops, got an alarm on it. And it's already passed, so that's all right. 11/17/14. I'm going to go to my calendar list. So now here I am, and 11/17 deposition of Paul Purdue. So here it is. Okay. Now watch this. I'm going to go into Worldox. I'm going to get back into my favorites. I'm going to open up my workspaces again, and I'm going to take a couple more things. Open this up so it'll stay open. Come on. Click that button. There we go. And I'm going to take a couple more things in here. Drag them over there. Okay. So now when I double click on this project here, I get 6 things. And when I close Worldox and go back to Practice Master and open up this deposition of Paul Purdue and click on this link, I'm going to see 6 things. So that's how you take multiple things that are in kind of a dynamic, ever-changing, possibly list of files and put them over into another place, like in Practice Master in that field, or you could link to them in an email. A lot of different things you could do with this. Mary Jo showed you how to take the one. I showed you how to create a group and then take the link to the project and put them somewhere and use them. And that's that. Next month in our Worldox virtual user group meeting, we're going to talk about showing and hiding options up here in our display. There are certain things in how this looks that we can show or hide. And so if you're looking at somebody else's screen, you go over to their computer and you say, hey, how come they have this thing and I don't? It's probably something that's hidden or that's showing on theirs and hidden on yours. And I'm going to talk about keyboard shortcuts that help you to move through these tabs when you have multiple tabs open and help you move through your tabs at the bottom to get from one thing to the next without having to point. You can still keep your cursor there and move around with the keyboard. I am known as Mr. Keyboard, so I'm going to talk about that, and Mary Jo is going to talk about show hide options. And of course, what type of a virtual user group meeting would it be if we didn't take you to our website, which is Attorney Computer Systems with an emphasis on the S in systems, attorneycomputersystems.com, and show you that if you hover over the word videos or click on it, you will be taken to a listing of all of our video content, including the 3 virtual user group meetings, one on Tabs 3, one on Practice Master, one on Worldox. That's where you are right now, in case you forgot. The other live event that we have is our Coffee Pot webinars. I give one of these each month. And we have 2 pre-recorded titles. Mary Jo has her eBytes video series, which are short little 2, 3, 4-minute snippets of something very interesting and very concise. She does 3 of those each month, one on Tabs 3, one on Practice Master, and one on Worldox. And our longer format Paul and Mary Jo show, where either Mary Jo or I will take a broader topic, go into greater detail, spending 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes showing what that's about. If you click, for instance, on the Worldox virtual user group meeting, which is a live event, you will see a description of the meeting, a description and date information for the next event. That and this link down here will get you to a page where you can register with GoToWebinar. And as you scroll down, you'll see recorded copies of everything else that we've done. Now, this is the one we're in right now, so it's currently in post-production. And it'll show up on the website in about a week or so. And then as we scroll down, we have YouTube videos of every single Worldox or Tabs 3 or Practice Master VUG we've ever done. You can search here or you can browse, but this content's available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So please take advantage of it. We'll see you next month. Everybody have a good rest of the day and a good rest of the month, and we'll see you in March. Thanks much.